We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stutter and Craig. No, you don't get the 96-ounce Coke Zeros, Blabs.
Yo, my androids, what's up?
And straight from the hood, Phoenix.
It's really enjoyable as an adult male to shit your pants.
And now, broadcasting from our homes around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SidescrollersPlus.com. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. We're going to see how this goes today. I am, as they say, Jimmy rigged things together. MacGyvered it, if you will, to make sure today's show is live and successful here on this wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Good to see everybody. Glad you're with us today. Hello, Blabs.
Hi, happy Tuesday, everybody.
Was there a stutter during the intro? Or was that just on my end?
I don't think there was a stutter.
Oh, that's good.
No.
Good.
No,
All right.
I can't say so.
Thank
but
you.
I mean, you are stuttering, so.
That's right.
So, like, on brand.
It's not just a funny name, huh? Mm-mm. It's like the shitty Beatles in Wayne's World. You don't understand that reference.
You should remember Wayne's World, though, for the next 24 hours.
Party time, excellent. Why would I not remember Wayne's World? Wayne's World is one of the best movies of the early 90s.
Yes.
It's classic. Yeah.
Just remember Wayne's World tomorrow.
It's on Today in Gaming History, isn't it?
I don't know, man.
Well, we'll find out what's on today at the end of the show, because I'm very excited, because I did see some games, if I remember correctly. I was like, ooh, maybe I'm wrong. But here we are. Big show today. Lots to talk about. The world is insane, and we all know it is, but and we're here to share all sorts of fun stories. Joining us today during VTuber Week, the always illustrious, wonderful princess, who I feel like we're slowly pulling back the onion of just corrupting. Everyone, put your hands together for Straub. Hello, Straub.
Hi.
Hi, I didn't know if you were about to announce Phoenix, actually.
No, Phoenix is way corrupt already.
No,
and,
yeah, you got to that part, and I was like, no, they're talking about me. They're talking about me.
Yes.
Pretty princess.
Hello.
That's right. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Man, if I was any better, I'd be a peach. I don't know what that means, but I just said it.
You could be a peach tuber.
Oh, now we're talking.
You had a VTuber by Peach.
Yes, you could be like burnt peanut, but a peach instead, and just like these big eyes and a mouth and everything.
Like the annoying orange as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you recall? I don't know if y'all understand that Peach is a
butt.
Well, it's like the annoying orange.
Asshole.
It could be the stuttering peach.
Well, there's more actually to. It's not just a butt, Blabs.
What is it, though? A peach emo is just a peach.
Yeah. You ever seen... I'll tell you, I bet... Hello, Phoenix.
You're so innocent. It's
So
adorable,
sweet.
Blab. It's so sweet. So adorable.
It's a peach.
Yeah, it
a
is.
butt.
It's a peach.
So what else is it?
You ever seen... what's the movie with John Travolta and Nick Cage where they change faces?
Face Off.
Yes, Face Off.
Never heard of that one.
I've never
really?
seen it, though.
Well, there's a scene in it where Nick Cage, who is the bad guy, totally sexually assaults the flight attendant on his private plane, and he talks about eating peaches.
Okay.
So it just means eating ass.
No, Blabs. It does not.
God.
It's the other output. There's
Yes,
another
Blabs,
output.
the other output.
Or input, really. I guess
She still has no idea. No idea what we're talking about here.
Hey, you guys
Come
use
on,
peach for
Blabs.
vagina?
It's yeah. I mean,
Yes, we're talking-
I thought people always referred to, like, you could say, like, it's almost like a pear. Not a peach.
Yes, Blabs. We are
That's
talking
like
about a vagina.
isn't it in Australia they call that like fanny, but then like in the US, like I feel like people call their butt a fanny, like especially in the South, it's like
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's true. Yeah, no, fanny in America is your butt, but
I
fanny
can't
some
believe
other else is your
people use
badge.
the peach emote for vagina. I thought everyone was on agreement that we would use the cat emote. Stop
Well-
changing things up.
Yeah.
I feel like peach is definitely butt when it comes to the emoji.
Exactly, it's butt. It's
If we
literally-
can just
For
if we
sure.
can just unify emojis.
Yes,
Sexual
please,
emojis,
it's so
can we please?
confusing.
What are we gonna do? Is the eggplant gonna mean something different? Is it gonna
It
mean a
just means
leg or something?
No,
Unless it really does mean eggplant.
What are we doing? I don't even
that's
understand.
true. You could be cooking and you need an eggplant.
I need an eggplant stacked. That'd be
All
hilarious.
right. Well, I have no
Just
doubt you
need
do.
some
Blab.
deep egg planting. Just need some good old.
I was
Give me
thinking
that
like eggplant parm, you know?
Yeah. What if you describe all the food that you're eating like with emotes? This is so awkward, dude.
Yeah, Blabs. Please describe all the emotes that you're using. With, all the food you're eating. With
I mean,
emotes.
I
Go
guess
ahead.
it would just be strawberry banana. That really works really well.
She's
Since
back
I had my
at it.
strawberry
It's back.
banana.
Add a peach in there, you got yourself a party. I'll tell you that much.
I wonder if there's peach in here. I doubt it though.
Well, I'll tell you what. Big show today.
Nope.
Rev will not be joining us today as he's out doing some stuff that he has to take care of. So we have Straub just with us today. More to corrupt in the wonderful ways, or maybe potentially she can bring us to the bright side over here. Who knows? We'll see.
Maybe a little bit of both. How about that?
That's right. We'll meet somewhere in the middle. I love that. Well, look, big show. As if you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Join the 140,000 just normal men who have found us over on YouTube. The almost 38,000 who have found us over on Rumble. I have something to talk about today at the top of the show, and this is not as important as what I talked about yesterday, but. We talked about the Ecco the Dolphin challenge, and this has been a thing that we've talked about the last week or so, the idea of getting to 2,000 plus members and then ultimately unlocking a giant Ecco the Dolphin funathon. Because I hate Ecco the Dolphin. I hate the Ecco the Dolphin video game, and I will always hate the Ecco the Dolphin video game. But I think I'd like to do something a little different today with the Ecco the Dolphin. And I would like to offer up a running tally of where we're at with plus members. Because right now we are at 1,379 plus members. If we get to 1,425, I will play Ecco the Dolphin. The first one, only the first one, as part of the Ecco the Dolphin Funathon. And remember, you can join and try it out for free over at sidescrollersplus.com. Use that promo code, and you can add to that number. We will update this regularly. Currently sitting at 1379. We get to 1425 Ecco the Dolphin playthrough. The biggest game that I hate. And if we get past that, then we'll add potentially more games to the list. So now more than ever, we're closer to my personal hell, which is Ecco the Dolphin. Speaking of plus, over on Side Scrollers Plus, yesterday we had 90 minutes. I'm going to be honest. I had a great time yesterday during the Plus podcast. This was like 7 friends just shooting the shit. And I really enjoyed it. It was totally...
We learned so much.
We always learn a lot when it comes to that. I had a great time with that. So you can watch that for free over at sidescrollersplus.com. Everybody getting together. Phoenix, we learned a lot yesterday during our time on during the Plus podcast number 2.
We did. We learned a lot. And that's one of those things like... That one was a little spicy. I wonder if that could ever make its way anywhere else.
No.
Probably not even social media.
No. That will stay on.
Yeah.
We learned a lot. Yeah, that will all stay on Side Scrollers Plus. I don't think any social media clips will be making their way there. At least not by us.
Especially not clipped out of context.
No,
Yeah.
so much out of context. Right there. We are T-minus 6 days away from the Real Game Awards happening in Dallas on Monday, the 23rd. We had one more person buy a ticket, which we were sold out, but he said, "Hey, can I come?" And I said, "Okay, you can come." So we are sold out. Very much looking forward to this. That is on Monday. We will debut the actual episode of the Real Game Awards later in the week. Speaking of later in the week, next week, big week. Phoenix in town. Blabs in town, James and Kay from Melee Games in town, Eric from UB the Movies in town. Oh my God. And a lot of you guys are in town. So in addition to the Real Game Awards happening, we have Video Armageddon, which is happening immediately after, which if you bought a ticket to the Real Game Awards, you're automatically competing in it, which you could have an opportunity to win the wonderful plaque that we have. And on Tuesday next week, after the show, our regular show in the afternoon, we're doing our first ever arcade marathon, which, my God, this is going to suck. It starts on Tuesday, and we're going to do it during normal business hours at Push Start Play in Louisville, Texas, playing 271 arcade games. We will make this super duper fun for you guys to be a part of, and you will be able to watch it, live stream it. It'll be on Rumble. It'll be on Kick. It'll be on Plus. It'll be everywhere. Probably not YouTube. Sorry, because YouTube is weird about those things. Just being honest with you. So it'll be everywhere but YouTube. I encourage you to watch it over on Rumble at rumble.com/sidescrolls. We'll give you guys plenty of reminders, and it'll probably go Tuesday through Friday. Think of this like our next big funathon that we have that we did back at in October in Florida. So,
and I think we're inviting and allowing people to be there too on the arcade event, correct?
Absolutely.
So that's amazing. So if you came in town for this, my God, you're getting your money's worth if you can stay. Like you're just hanging out with us till you hate us.
Yep. Yeah, you can just come hang out and like admission to the arcade's like $13 a day. Like, and you can play as many games as you want. You'll be so freaking tired of video games by the time you're done, and as will we. So we'll see how this goes. It's going to be a really, really fun experience, and that'll be all next week. It's going to be a big week. So, and as I mentioned, you guys are going to be, we'll be doing the show from my little bedroom here, which is great. So yeah, it's going to be a really fun week next week. All right, it is VTuber week here on the show. Very much looking forward to this as Straub has joined us, and we always like to have. Today we really went back and forth on the Side Scroller Showdown today, and this was probably one of the more controversial ones that we settled on just literally moments before the show. Blabs, would you like to share your initial idea?
Okay, so originally I wanted Rev and Straub to compete doing handstands. So who could do the handstand the best? Would it be Rev or would it be Straub? But I was also like, if that doesn't work, we could do a food option. And so I won't say what the food one is because we're actually going to be doing that one most likely tomorrow or Thursday. Shout out USBs. Okay, anyway. We'll probably do the food one on Thursday, so I won't share what it is. But we've gone completely different. Phoenix, do you want to say what we've done today?
Boy, howdy do I. This is a big one. Okay, here we go. Let's see it.
In today's battle, the most intense side-scroller showdown ever. Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. Two of the greatest fighting game franchises of all time. Which one reigns supreme? Which one truly is superior? As a child, I would have said Street Fighter. As an adult, I may say Mortal Kombat, but it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what you think, friend. So let us know with your super chats, recommendations, and rumble rants in the chat. Which one reigns supreme, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat? The battle begins now. Something we'll never... Yes.
This is the entire franchise. So we're taking all the good and bad of Street Fighter, all the good and bad of Mortal Kombat. Which is the best?
Yes. So the greatness that is maybe Third Strike up against the crappiness that is the original Street Fighter, right? The greatness that is Mortal Kombat 2, and the horribleness that is Sub-Zero Mythologies, So you got to take it all into consideration today. So just Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. The choice is yours. And when they look back on the annals of history and someone is saying, what is truly superior, they will look at today's episode, February 17th, 2026, and say, that was when it was decided that blank was superior over blank. So let's get on it, doggone it. Let's go. All right. So we got a big show today. Lots to talk about. Right off the bat, we have Ryan's black girlfriend saying, where's my child support, Craig? Shit. Well, look, it's in the mail. You can look for it. So just be on the lookout there, Ryan's black girlfriend. He also says, who these women, Craig? Straub and
Well, that's
Blabs.
Phoenix, and I'm Blabs, and that's Straub.
That's right.
Hi.
He also says, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself, Blabs. That's my man.
Okay.
Blabs. Ryan's black girlfriend. You have nothing to worry about with me and Blabs. All right, just throwing that out there. Don't make it weird. Wislavie says Blabs needs more anatomical slang lessons.
I really do.
Marius says, I sincerely encourage everyone to watch the latest episode of the Plus podcast, where we learned about wonderful new facts about eclipses and what causes them. Truly educational. Thanks, Marius. Appreciate that. Yeah, it was quite an adventure. Mercenary says, morning, Straub. You're fired, Blabs. All right. Thanks, Mercenary. And Magnum Norse says, Ryan's girlfriend is out of pocket. Don't worry. Thank you, Magnum Norse. CG Hero for 10 says, Craig, have you heard about the lawsuit around the Ashes of Creation game? VTuber One Peg made some good videos on it and sounds like a crazy long con. No, I have not heard anything about this at all. Ashes of anybody heard about this before? No? Maybe we'll do a little digging on that. Ryan's black girlfriend says, F you, Magnum. We have a battle in the chat right now between
just fighting amongst themselves.
Oh no. just yelling at each other.
A new showdown coming right now.
That's right. Magnum says, Jesus Christo. We gonna do this here? Yeah, it looks like we are. Oh, where else are we gonna do it? We have a battle in the chat between Magnum Norris and Ryan's black girlfriend right here.
Oh no, a super chat battle.
And they're just swapping accounts back and forth, yelling at each other.
It's Magnum Norris with his alt accounts. Commodore fan says, Mahong, Craig, and crew, will that be the Genesis or Sega CD Echo? As I know you have a better time with the Sega CD version due to the music, but we'll still get a giant smelly poo gameplay-wise. That'll be the Genesis version of it. Yes, the vastly inferior version of it. Cynical Crusader says, 2 for MK. Happy Shove Tuesday, a.k.a. Pancake Day. I don't even know what that is. Shove Tuesday?
It's Pancake Day? I actually had pancakes this morning.
Straub, every day is Pancake Day.
I miss pancakes.
They're good. Yes. That's 2 for Mortal Kombat. Gear says, Straub, never trust an apologist. Dude named that guy recently caught in S3 prostate cancer, ready to list him in the. I don't know what all this.
I'm going to
means.
be honest. I can't read this. I saw it in chat. I don't know what this is saying.
I can't read it all, let alone that. So thank you, Gear, for your support. Lays and Laffy says, here's to Revan Straub, who has taught me to stand up to demons. All the love to the lovely couple. Phoenix takes it like a champ, so this is for his choice. What do you got, Phoenix?
I'm going Mortal Kombat. How much was that for?
10.
10 for Mortal Kombat.
Tin Lee says, whatever you do not add the apostrophe between Princess Peach Montez. Thank you, Tin Lee. We have this from Rod Hernandez. Street Fighter Alpha 3 plus and Third Strike are the best because of Third Strike. The world has Evo moment 37. There's 10 for Street Fighter right there. We have 5 for Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat sucks. Killer Instinct is better. Oh well, Ki is not on the list, so we'll give the 5 to Street Fighter. Epsilon Samus, a Street Fighter, no contest. And this is someone who played Mortal Kombat as a 5-year-old kid. Street Fighter just plays better. That being said, Craig, how can you hate a cozy game like Ecco?
Even I know that's not a cozy game.
Epsilon Sama. If the cozy game phenomenon started with Ecco the Dolphin, that gives me even more reason to hate Ecco the Dolphin.
Have you ever played Animal Crossing?
Actually, yeah. I have played a small amount of Animal Crossing.
That's more than me.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Blabs.
I was just curious if you ever did, because you have got girls, that's all.
Yeah. My daughter has played Animal Crossing. Sodium Overload says money for MK. Sideways. Vahana Asian. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Sodium Overload. There's $9.99 or 10 for Mortal Kombat.
Asian
that was vagina.
Asian vagina.
Sounds good. And Dr. T. King says, I have to decide between the babes of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, Cammy White or Melina. Okay, I guess this is for the best fighting game franchise, Soul Calibur. Take 5 off each.
5 off each.
5 off each right there. All right. We will have the rest of these scroll on the bottom if they are related to the showdown today. But we have a lot of news to get to. And real quick, let's get an update of where we're at right now, Phoenix. Right off the bat.
Here we go.
Yes, here on
we've got 20
Showdown.
for Street Fighter and $16.99 for Mortal Kombat. Again, these are the franchises in the battle today.
Okay, still early. Should be an intense battle as we go through Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. here on this number one video game podcast on planet Earth. All right, Straub, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Good, because we have a lot to get to. Buckle up, get on your seatbelts. No, it's not plain talk. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. Hard News. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. All right. I don't know if you're familiar with this. Maybe you are, Straub. Have you ever bought a box of Girl Scout cookies before?
Oh yeah, I love supporting the Girl Scouts, the local troops, if you will.
Do you have a favorite of your Girl Scout cookies?
Yeah, and actually they got rid of them. It was like what were they called? I think it was the s'mores. It was like a s'more one, and I'm pretty sure they discontinued them last year.
Hey, Straub, I'm just gonna break your heart here. That was a trash bag cookie.
I liked that one.
Oh no, that was in the if you were to tier rank the Girl Scout cookies, like all of them are like A through maybe D, right? And then there's like the s'mores one. That was the worst ever. To be
fair, I never tried a ton of them. I only ever tried like my family likes the Samoas, but I'm not really a big fan of. I think they have coconut. I'm not really a coconut person. And then the lemon. I never tried the lemon ones, but I probably would like that. I like lemon.
There are better lemon cookies out there, but Thin Mints, I think everybody agrees.
And I don't like mints. I don't like mint in food, so it's kind of like I'm screwed there. So
okay, Phoenix Labs, are y'all big Girl Scout cookie people?
I'm not.
You're not?
No.
What are you not a fan of them for? Is it just the fact that they're overly priced or what?
Overly priced, don't actually taste all that great. And I don't like being heckled. So
there is something to that. Yeah.
So I like making
What do you mean by
cookies.
getting heckled?
But like at Walmart, like as you're walking out?
Yeah, like that. Or they come to your front door when I was a kid and be like, buy these. And be like, no. And yeah.
Oh, heckled, I think, means like they're laughing at you and making jokes about you. You mean harassed? It doesn't matter. Move on with the show.
Meant like they were bothering you.
Okay.
Like, here, have these. Define heckled.
Just bothering you. Well,
yeah,
look.
Interrupt. There's also draft.
It's okay. We don't need to.
It doesn't matter, Blabs. It really doesn't matter.
I appreciate it, though. Thank you.
What does matter is that this little girl right here.
Chocolate and peanut butter, by the way.
Oh, you like the chocolate peanut? Thank you, Phoenix.
Yes.
Appreciate that. This little girl right here probably heckled the heck out of people.
I love her name, though.
She's adorbs.
Her name is Pim Neal.
She is the sweetest little girl in the world who just sold 87,000 cookies.
Lord.
It must be like I saw this vaguely, and I'm wondering because nowadays actually you can buy them online and like sell them online. I wonder if like she kind of maybe went viral or something, and like people online almost like a GoFundMe, but for the cookies because that's just a lot of sales.
I hope she's announced as a new CEO of Girl Scouts. That'd be great. Like she should be. Like,
I did the math on this. Okay, I think Girl Scout cookies are between $5 and I think they're actually $6 now a box, which is crazy.
They're pricey.
87,000 times 6 is $522,000 in sales.
She got it done.
This little 6-year-old girl here says Pim Neal, a Daisy Scout, began selling Girl Scouts cookies on January 6th. Within 3 days, she had sold 800 boxes. As of mid-February, her total had climbed to nearly 87,000 boxes, far surpassing her original goal. Pim has a new target of 100,026 boxes right here, hoping to secure prizes including a trip to Niagara Falls and fun future service projects for her troop. So there we are. The family used Facebook and TikTok to document her progress, shared an online tracker and daily updates. So there we are right here. So they use that. You can see right here.
Yeah, I think Straub is right. The help of social media made this a lot easier.
Well, of course.
Yeah, she was not going door to door for all of these sales.
No. It goes by like some millionaire, and he's like, I will have 50,000 boxes of Samoas. I was thinking about this, Blabs. When you guys are down here next week, did you know that you can buy at like Walmart, you can buy a Girl Scout cookie knockoff. They sell them for like a fraction of the cost. Instead of $6 a box, they're like $2 a container of Thin Mints or whatever at Walmart. Are you familiar with this?
No.
I thought it would be fun to do a blind taste test between the actual Girl Scout cookies and the Walmart knockoffs to see which one you think would be better. Please shut up.
Who is this guy?
What?
It's Crazy Ernie from Crazy Ernie's Used Car Emporium.
Happy birthday to the Barbie-loving mother sucker, the Great Phoenix. Fuck, I love both of these games, but I got to go with Street Fighter. The soundtrack was fire and Chun-Li had a 13-year-old Greek kid brick the fuck up. Sorry, the cursing straw.
All right. That was insane. That was a sweet $111 coming from Greek Turbo right there. Everyone's favorite donut making mother sucker right there. And congratulations, you Barbie loving mother sucker. Phoenix,
That's what I do.
It's not actually your birthday, is it?
It is actually. Thank you so much.
It is your birthday?
It is.
Like for real?
Yeah, for real.
Happy birthday. I can't tell if you're actually messing with me.
No, I'm 100% not messing with you. I do appreciate it. Thank you. We don't have to make a whole episode of it, but I do appreciate it. Thanks.
Straub, I want to let you know that every day we celebrate Phoenix.
No, every day it should be our birthday, but today is actually my birthday.
Yes, today is the day.
Yep.
Okay.
Greek Turbo, let's get you on the wall. Axe Bear, who cares? By the way, that was let's see, that was who was that for? Oh, got to go Street Fighter. Okay, $111 for Street Fighter right there from Greek Turbo. Thank you very much. That's a lot of donuts. Axe Bear Cares came in with 20 as well. Says, I go Street Fighter. I finally got off Reddit after the whole celebrating Kirk getting killed and Fat Kid punching another kid for speaking a different opinion. Oh, hold on.
Well, would you look at that? Turns out I share one of Phoenix's many birthdays today. Also, speaking of members, Craig, did the 50 membership sponsors from the Funder Ton get their shout out yet and I missed it? Or is that scheduled for after the TRGA?
Yes, Dead Pixel, that is going to be a big part of the remainder of the year, for sure. Making sure that everybody knows that they sponsored individual episodes. Thank you very much, Dead Pixel, for that.
One sec.
Yes.
The one before for Street Fighter, how much was that for?
20.
Okay. Thank you.
And Axe Bear Care says, people were literally calling a minor a Grancy and were happy about him being hit. Sick. Yeah, we didn't even get to that story. The little fat kid who punched the. Did you guys see that story? The fat kid punching the kid in high school?
I think I did see that actually.
Yeah, that was silliness. And everyone's like celebrating that the fat kid who, swung at a kid who was over ice. One kid was like, I like ice. And the fat kid's like, I'm going to punch you.
Yeah, I saw that.
It became a meme. So, yeah. All right, man, let's go. Dan, Blabs, why don't you read these off real quick while I get Greek Turbo on the wall?
Yep, all right. Danny Robot Canadian 20 says, man, that's hard to say. I love Mortal Kombat for the gore and Scorpion. He's my favorite. I'm going to pick Street Fighter. I knew almost every moves in Street Fighter game. Love picking Ryu and my favorite girl, Chun-Li. Ta-da! Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wolf and Wings for 20 says, Mortal Kombat! The finishes made it worth it. Thank you for the 20. Toasty! MK for the win. Thank you very much for 10. I want to make sure I get all the bigger ones. Oh, we got that. Where's Mod Shot support? Didn't we just get this one already?
Yeah, that was
Shout out
Stream
StreamYards for not clearing. All right. Suffer Surprise for 5 says, Sup Vatos. Do Rumble gifted subs count towards your dreaded Ecco goal? Street Fighter for the win.
So only on Plus do new signups count for that. But Rumble premium memberships will play a role next week during the arcade marathon. So, all right. So anyways, to wrap that all up, girl sold a lot of Girl Scout cookies, and she probably got a few pencils out of it. By the way, I love the Girl Scout cookies. One of the biggest scams possibly on earth. I'm just saying that right now. I think it's a giant scam, and the idea of like abusing child labor. That's just my personal thoughts on it. It's fundraiser, the 6-year-old girl made him $500,000, right?
That is crazy.
Just saying, like
it's a good point.
What's she getting out of it?
A trip to Niagara Falls.
Maybe.
It's not
Niagara
maybe.
Falls
Yeah.
is pretty.
It's pretty, but like, I mean, I guess maybe it depends on how far away she lives, and like if it's like includes a plane. Even then, it's
She
just
lives
like
in Buffalo.
yeah, for real. It's like it's not that expensive.
Wipes with Leaves says, don't like Girl Scout cookies? The solution is simple. Just add sweet and sour sauce. -5 for both franchises because the movies suck so far. Oh, that's funny. -5 for both. Yeah, well, Rev is not here to defend a sweet and sour sauce on Girl Scout cookies.
He would not do that. He's not that weird.
Marvel, yeah. Marmalin says, shocker, Blabs doesn't enjoy junk food. News at 11.
Loves
true.
paydays. She loves paydays.
I do like payday bars, and I like jelly beans.
She
And I
likes her
sour
strawberry
gummy worms
banana.
and stuff. This isn't really junk food, though, is it? It's Greek
No,
yogurt.
no,
so.
I said that's what you like instead.
Yeah.
Zato says, Mahong, tag-alongs are the best Girl Scout cookies, and Mortal Kombat is the best. All right, there you go. There's 10 for Mortal Kombat. Felstep says, if you see Mortal Kombat at Street Fighter, I see Christopher Lambert versus Jean-Claude Van Damme. Vote is for Mortal Kombat. All right, sounds good. I like you breaking it down, going to the meta. Matthew says, I'm going to throw a wrench into this and argue I believe Tekken and Dead or Alive are better, especially Tekken. Well, maybe, Matthew. That can be a matchup some other time. But no. Not today, my friend. Thank you, Matthew. Mercenary says, neither of the games that beat them both SNK games. Samurai Showdown beats them both. Fight me.
So -50 for each one.
Right.
Please don't make me do that.
No. Jared says, while it's tough to choose between the two fighting games, I'm going to say MK just because that's the one I've played quite a bit more. Happy birthday, Phoenix. There you go.
Thank you
very
so much.
That's wonderful. All right, let's go and move on and talk about some. Look, we've done some really important stories here on Side Scrollers over the last 3 years. This one, I think, may be the most important one, as there's been some breaking technology that has just been cast across the internet, which I think could potentially change the way we live. And Phoenix, I know you're very excited about this. As
Very.
Scientists have developed what they're calling smart underwear designed to track how often you fart. Now, Phoenix, if you were to guess
Spoiler
how many
alert,
times,
like 50.
how many times a
health
day?
Like, like, is it like
Is
what
there a
is
little
the
valve down there that you gotta sit on?
Hell yeah, dog.
Hold on, Straub, what were you gonna say?
Well, I'm just trying to think of why this would even exist, you know? And I'm like, is it like for like health concerns? Like if I genuinely don't understand. So
Chat's cracking me up. They're like, they can't track me enough. And then someone else is like, I can count.
I don't understand why you need to get pegged to do this.
Greg,
Well, that's what it looks like, right? I'm just saying. 'cause
For Phoenix.
I would hope that's not what's actually happening with these.
I don't know. It just seems like you got something up your butt the entire time. Phoenix,
Yeah.
how many times a day?
Like right
according
now,
to
3.
the
Oh, sorry.
Okay. How many times a day does the average person pass gas?
Okay, male, female, or just combined?
Just the average person. Do you think it's higher as a male?
Oh, 100,000%. First of all, women don't fart or poop. That's a
Okay, yeah,
given,
this is true,
just so
yes.
that I can survive in this world. Yeah, but definitely men more. The average, okay, American diet, pretty shit. So I'm going to say, man, 15 a day?
Did you just do one just now? You just kind of shifted.
No, I sharded that one. I thought I was,
He's got to clean his pants.
yeah.
Did you just say 15? You think the average person does 15?
Wow.
Because the American diet is pretty bad, right? So I'm thinking like this is not healthy people. Although even healthy people actually arguably might fart even more depending if they're getting a lot of fiber and
You
stuff.
should
I'm going to
share
hold on
about your
15.
broccoli girlfriend.
Oh, well, let's not talk about her.
Blabs, how many times a day do you think the average person farts?
See, I don't know. It could be like 15 if they have such shitty diets, pun intended, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably like 7?
Ooh, that's a...
Okay. Straub, any guesses on this? Because I do have a number.
I mean, I would hope like not 15. That feels excessive. I don't know. Maybe like 5 to 7. I don't know.
On average, In chat, obviously, we ask you to participate in our farting discussion. On average, a person passes gas between 14 and 23 times a day.
No way!
A winner is me. A winner
We
is
are
me.
all methane.
And
That is
that's
according to
not
the
and that's
Cleveland
not
Clinic.
men or women. That's just in general.
In general.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
the
is
diets out there are really bad. So that's what I was factoring. I'd say like the normal, like a healthy person's probably like 3 to 5.
Listen,
you
you
go
know, all
middle of
these
the country.
activists need to leave the cows alone and start looking at themselves for all the farting that they're doing. Okay, leave the cows alone.
There was, this is one of those things where, look, this is not a highly studied topic when it comes to this, and maybe this is why we need
study this so much, you know?
Well,
Like,
this,
yeah, they grow up and they're like, what I wanted to study when I get older is like,
Well, this is
My
why we have
life's
this
ambition.
thing here. We have this underwear here with the thing on
Little
it.
valve.
But
I
now-
say we
now-
all get it. I say we all get a pair. And then at the end of the day, when we're all together, we look at our values.
It's a contest, like the day before Phoenix out there eating as much Mexican food as he can.
Yep.
Just like loading up on those charo beans.
132.
I gotta be honest.
Face. She's so disgusted right now. She's like, ugh.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. That I could absolutely see that being a video, like a video, like a farting competition.
No one's standing around me at the arcade event. No one's standing around me.
There's like a giant circle around from overhead view. Oh, it's so funny. I think that I could absolutely see that being a video where people buy a bunch of farting underwear to track the amount of times they fart. There was a study that was done, and it was only on 19 participants, but they did say that there was one study that said the healthy adults produce a daily average of 32 farts. Now, this is roughly twice as many as previously assumed in scientific literature. The range in the study was between 4 and 59 events daily. So,
Oh boy.
I'm just saying. This is why people come to our show.
there's only 24 hours in a day. Like, I'm trying to,
Shout out, flatulence.
Well, let's be real though. There are times during the day when you're asleep and maybe you're farting, you don't even realize it.
Just farting in your sleep.
Your partner's leg is so hot from all the farts you just keep.
Let's see. This 19 participants wore this smart underwear during daily activities for 7 days to test discomfort and continuous detection. Researchers reported that participants were able to wear the device for more than 11 hours a day without it bothering them. Another 38 participants took a controlled diet experiment to determine whether the device could detect changes in gas production based off of food intake. So there we are.
All right, so maybe I do have a story that does. I can really. Blabs had mentioned this real quick. So I did have an ex out there, and she did. Listen, I have to mention. I'm not trying to do an ego thing. She was a model, and so the way that she would keep rail thin, is that she had this idea of, I will only eat ketchup and broccoli. That's my only diet I'm going to have. Ketchup and broccoli. And I mean this morning and night. Yes, she would dip the broccoli in the ketchup constantly, right? So what would happen is especially at night, you don't understand how much she would fart. She farted so much. I'm telling you, it was like a heated blanket. There was so much fart. And they were all SBDs. Every one of these were silent, like atomic missiles. And they would hit my leg and they would warm up so hot, right? And but the problem with this was like, that's one thing. It's like, all right. But then she'd go, Phoenix, stop it. And I'd go, you're kidding me, right? Like, there's just both of us here. That's it. There's just us. Really, you're going to do this? And she's
trying to like gaslight you.
Yeah. And she would do that all the time. But it was like, all right, well, you're attractive, so it's fine. But that's what she would. So the diet totally plays into this. And she would go, I'm not even kidding, in bed alone, at least 60. Like, at least 60.
Wow.
Right there. So she's probably in the 200s.
But her diet was like crazy weird. Like that's not the norm for people to eat just ketchup and broccoli.
Yes.
Wow.
Correct.
How much broccoli and ketchup did she go through like a week? Was like just a fridge full of this stuff?
I mean, I can only imagine like how much broccoli you'd have to eat because broccoli is like really low calorie, which I'm assuming is why she ate it. But like,
Bingo.
You have to eat a lot of it.
Wow.
And she did. And she did.
As Phoenix experienced.
And a lot of those particles wound up on my leg. Yeah.
Ew.
It's awesome. Thank you, Phoenix, for sharing that wonderful story.
Chat's like gaslighting indeed.
I've learned so much.
Yeah, we learned a lot today. Now you know that 15 is lowballing it when it comes to farting on a day-to-day basis, especially if you're eating broccoli and ketchup. As your primary diet here.
Literally it.
Someone who I'm positive eats more than broccoli and ketchup on a day-to-day basis is Lieutenant Siver, who came in with the $50 super chats. As turns out, Dollar General also has fudge mint cookies, knocking off Girlscout Thin Mints. Cannot link us to YouTube. So three-way taste test. Oh, there we go. Also, Streamlabs now forces using PayPal or PayPal-owned Venmo to donate. I closed my PayPal due to terms of service. That's interesting. Sorry about that, Siver, but thank you very much for your support. Let's get you on the wall. Really appreciate that, and that is great to know. Maybe we will add the budget Dollar General to our three-way Girl Scout cookie knockoff taste test here. Appreciate that. Blaz, why don't you get a few more while I get Siver on the wall real quick? Thank you very much.
All right, Marmalin for 10 says, you joke, but this will become a stream item where people have a fart counter on their stream with these underwear on. That's actually what I was thinking. Like, you can imagine Twitch is probably going to make its own category just for it, like farting underwear or like farting simulator, whatever they're going to do. You know they're going to capitalize off that. Weird. Lord Warchild for 10 says, I would have voted Street Fighter even if Mortal Kombat hadn't intentionally ugoed their female characters. No contest. Happy birthday, Phoenix. Lord bless Straub. So that's
Thank
10
you for remembering.
for that one. Thank you very much. And he was Hatchmas failed science experiment. Wasp for 10 says, so the Michael Jordan scandal from yesterday might not even be a big deal. The footage looks like Michael Jordan is getting something off the kid. It's a controversy because everyone's on edge from Epstein.
Yeah, did y'all see the Michael Jordan thing? Where he's like, looks like he's touching the kid's butt.
Someone shared it like on my like in real life like Facebook. People were sharing it from my hometown, and I was like, I watched it, and I'm gonna be honest, it looks weird, but like also I didn't want to keep watching it because it made me uncomfortable, so I just turned it off.
The fuck, Tiny?
So what happened here? Let me kind of show this to you. And this, we didn't get a chance to talk about this tomorrow or yesterday, or tomorrow. But here we go. This is what happened. He was at the end of the NASCAR race because Michael Jordan is a NASCAR owner, and he's here, and this little kid is in front of him. And this video on the surface does not look okay. Let's just not play now. That's fine. All right. Okay, or we're not going to do this. That's fine. There we go. We'll refresh and see.
I can't imagine, though, Michael Jordan. This is probably something out of context or an accident or something, because Michael Jordan doesn't seem the type.
Okay, let me just say this.
Space Jam, for crying out loud.
That's right, Blaz. He was in Space Jam, of all things. All right, well,
that's his defense in the court.
Yeah.
I was in Space Jam. Innocent.
Blaz, will you pull this link up, see if it'll load for you? I put it in the private chat real quick.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, thank you. For some reason, it's just not playing for me. But on the surface, you're like, well, this does not look very good. But once you have the context, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Now, it still doesn't look great, but does that play for you, Blabs, or is it just not loading? There we go. So
is it like audio?
No.
I'm not.
Okay. So let's put this in context here.
Oh, that's really weird.
I need like major context because it's like not even like he's rubbing. It's like he's like grabbing almost.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
So notice one thing. This is what I read about this. And people are making a big deal. And yeah, the Epstein stuff, right? Notice the kid is wet. They're in the winner's circle. This kid had, and this is only what I read. I'm not making excuses. I truly don't know. This is just what I read. The kid is wet because he had water dumped on him, as you would see in a winner circle, right? Keep in mind, they know there's a ton of cameras on him. He's not like just copping a feel on this kid while he knows that there's millions of eyes on him, right?
Right.
Apparently, this kid, if you ever had water dumped on you with ice, the ice will stick to your clothes. And apparently that's what he was doing, was getting the ice off his clothes right here. I can't imagine Michael Jordan, like he's literally at the front next to the trophy, would be so brazen to do this. Now, does it look good? No, of course not. But I think that helps with the context of things. It is still very weird, 100%. But anyways.
Well, what's with the leg thing, though? What's with he's touching his leg?
Maybe there was ice on the, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Watch, then he
It's
goes
very
to the
aggressive,
leg.
though. I just don't, like, even if he was, like, quote unquote, copping a feel, is that how you do it? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm genuinely asking. It's very weird looking in general. So I don't
Unless
know.
he had a piece of ice or like water on his fingertips and he was trolling the kids, like, hi, I got your leg now. Like, your leg's all wet too, you know, like dripping the water, whatever. It could possibly be that. I don't know.
Yeah, it is a weird look.
It doesn't look good.
No.
I mean, he does look. Yeah, it does not look good. I'll just say, like, he's obviously making a playful motion. He's also like then looking to someone else, like, to acknowledge his playfulness there. I don't know, but it's weird.
Like he's like smiling and like laughing a little, and
best not to do that.
It just, I agree. Just avoid it.
Yeah, I think it's you probably have a better context, especially someone who's been in the public eye for his entire life, you know. But Bill says Girl Scout cookies have dangerous chemicals in them, but they taste so good. But they're so good. Hideki came in and says they're gonna have to have a firmware update day 1 when I'm done with them. I guess that's is that 5 for Street Fighter there for Hideki? Well, I don't know. What's it? I was thinking that may be Dan Hibiki that said Hideki instead of, but there you go. Thank you very much, Hideki. Reese says, to be fair, fart tracking underwear would be great with the Poop Tracker 9000 app. We were planning a while back to track based on daily routines when it was time to poop. Thank you, Reese. Appreciate that. This is at its core what Side Scrollers is all about. Dan says, smart underwear that blocks past gas. That sounds like a failed product that I heard about a few years ago. Don't remember the name. It obviously didn't go well because it looked like an actual diaper design. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, I can't imagine the fart tracking underwear is going to be flying off the shelves. So, Sparky says, Phoenix describing his experience made me think of Asmon's idea of human batteries. Brother man, you were dating a methane power plant. The Wastelander came in and says, Craig got all the fly VTubers. Might as well start his own studio at this point. Just don't rake the money and run, blabs.
Okay.
Reese says, speaking of projectile farting, while MK didn't have a flatulent fatality or fartality, there was another game that did, Craig. Whatever became of the Primal Rage cab? That's a good question, Reese. At some point, I sold it, and it went away. I honestly don't recall, but that was my first arcade cabinet, was Primal Rage. Marmalin says, the ice fell out and fell onto his legs. The kid is the driver. Mike knows him, so it's not just some random kid. Yeah, I can't imagine that would have been a random kid the kid like looks back.
Quick interjection about
Yes.
Primal Rage. Did you know about, I think it's Galloping Ghost, that very famous arcade? You know what I'm talking about? Don't they have like the rare Primal Rage that never released or something? Are you familiar with that?
Primal Rage 2. Yep.
They're the only ones that got it, right?
So Galloping Ghost, and this is the thing about this arcade that we're going to be doing this at. I've been to Galloping Ghost. It is a phenomenal arcade. But this arcade we're doing this at, and like I said, I've been to arcades across the world. Not just like people say, oh, Galloping Ghost is the best arcade in America. That's in Chicago, and it's spectacular. Don't get me wrong. But it's tight and compact, and you're shoulder to shoulder with people playing. Whereas where we're going, this push start play, it has those rare games that you're talking about. And there's so much space for activities. It's awesome. I truly feel this is the best arcade I've ever been to. So I hope it lasts. And Darth says, Jake Monroe was essentially harassed by employees at the airport and forced to miss his flight to America. You guys need to have him come on and tell a story. Really?
Wow.
Well, he says he's completely booked up for February, but he'll be on in March.
Wow. That's nuts. Did not know that about Jake. That sucks. All right. Here we are. Oh, we have this. This was kind of peeking around. Thanks, Blaz, for sharing this. Just a quick hit here. The Highguard website is down. Looks like it's over for Highguard, 100%.
It's Joe over.
Oof. So there we are. It's done. All right. Straub, did you play Highguard at all?
Absolutely not.
It was not.
Don't really know that much about it, other than I've heard Rev talk about it, and it sounds bad. So
it's not even that it was bad. It was just generic. Like, I've never seen a game more generic than Highguard.
I guess I shouldn't say that it sounded bad. I just don't know. Like, I don't really know what it is. I just have a negative context associated with it because of things I feel like I've heard, but I don't really know much about it.
I wish there was a physical release, because I would have that and Concord. That'd be my collection. I would go out and buy the Highguard physical collection. But alas, we do not. All right, let's go move on. But before we do, Phoenix, let's get a quick update on our Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. I feel like it's a blowout with Street Fighter right now, just based off of the tone.
204 for Street Fighter franchise versus $75.99 for the Mortal Kombat franchise.
All right, there we are. Okay, if you guys would like to support, you can through your Super Chats, Direct Donations, and Rumble Rants. Thank you, Phoenix, for the update. All right, speaking of battles, man, this is hot off the press this morning as Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano are going to fight in a UFC-style battle on Netflix May 16th. Gina Carano, obviously most notable, I would say notable for her UFC career, but obviously in the culture space was fired by Disney, went to war with Disney, and ultimately settled with Disney, which we've kind of talked about that when that happened. I felt that she always said she was not going to settle, ended up settling, but it is what it is, I guess. But now she's returning to the ring at the age of 42 years old to fight Ronda Rousey. Any interest in this fight?
Yes.
Nope.
Phoenix, why are you interested in the Rousey-Carano fight?
Well, I do, as far as sports go, I actually do like UFC, boxing, things like that. And I actually think, while this is a total, I think this is going to be a shit show fight because, especially in fighting, when you get rich and famous, your heart isn't in it anymore, and you kind of will always get beat by someone who really wants it. So considering that both of them kind of already made it, I think it's going to be a pretty terrible match, but I think it's a great thing for the sport, and I think it's going to get a lot of eyes, and I think that Ronda is going to win. I think it's going to be a pretty easy victory for her.
You think Ronda's going to win?
I do.
Over Carano? Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Yep.
I think she's going to dominate her. Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah. Now, this is not a UFC fight. This is being put on by the Paul brothers and the MVP Productions. So that's, once again, you got an alternative. I'm all about the alternatives. And I know that people have their feelings about the Paul brothers and Jake Paul and all this stuff. Dude, they see an opportunity. They're going after it. I really, you can say they're jerks or whatever, but they're doing it, man. They're doing it. And this is the second day in a row we've talked about a Jake Paul product. Yesterday we talked about the Pokemon thing, and today we're talking about this fight. So good for them. Straub, do you have any interest in watching Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano on Netflix?
No, I never even really watched fighting or anything like that growing up. I know Rev, he did, and his family did a bit. So I've seen a couple of things with them over the last few years, but I don't know. No.
I wonder when Blab, see if you can find Gina Carano's last fight in the UFC. I think legitimately the last fight she had was in 2009. So getting out, you think about that.
It says 2009.
Oof.
And I always get this mixed up with wrestling. So this is real fighting, correct?
Yeah,
this
is
not
real fighting. Yes.
This is not the fake where you
No.
pretend. Okay.
Now, Ronda Rousey did compete in WWE. She was a performer in WWE, won the championship, I think 3 times. And, it was, it's all storylines in WWE, but I think she was there for 4 years, but she left kind of in a bad place. I think she kind of talked a lot of S about WWE after she left, if I recall correctly. But there we go. Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. Chat, who do you have? I would love to hear what you guys think about this when it comes to this. Blabs, let me actually put that in the chat. Make that a poll, please. Who will win the fight? Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. Right there.
Okay, dokes.
Thank you. Blabs, you said 2009 was the last fight for for Gina Carano? Well, someone who's fought more recently than Gina Carano, oddly enough, was Mike Tyson. And they've also announced Mike Tyson is returning to the ring.
Oh, why?
I know. Against Floyd Mayweather Jr., where there will be an exhibition fight in Congo, April 25th. Mike Tyson versus Floyd Mayweather, which this will be an absolute S show. Not looking forward to this one at all. But you know what?
Floyd is the winner, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Floyd would murder him. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I would thought, like, Mike Tyson, the hype videos leading up to his last fight against, was it Jake Paul or whoever it was?
Jake, yep.
Yeah. He looked awesome. But man, oh man, as that fight went on, he looked every bit of his age. You know, at a certain point, you just can't move.
Well, he's got like back problem. He's got like a few. I don't quote me, but I think he's got like a fused spine or some shit. Like the man's broken down. He was amazing in his prime, obviously, but let the man have his retirement.
Well, I think the thing about him is if he wants to fight, let him, right? But here's the thing about it: he's 59 years old.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to see a 59-year-old person fight. I just don't, like. I want to see Mike Tyson when he's 21 fighting. I don't want to see 59-year-old Mike Tyson fight. You know, when people think when people think of Mike Tyson, they think Mike Tyson Punch Out, right? They think of him knocking people out in the first round. They think of him when he was 18, 19, 20 years old. They don't think of 59. It's been 40 years since he has been dominant. Like, put that in perspective. That's crazy. And I understand it's an exhibition. And Floyd Mayweather will, you know, he's such a pro. And Floyd Mayweather's like 40-something as well. Like, Floyd Mayweather was such a tactician that he was so good at not being hit is what made him so special. And then his fights were boring. Extremely boring, but they were effective. He was the quintessential boring but effective fighter. If you're looking for knockouts, he took advantage of the point system better than anybody in the history of boxing. Phoenix, you know yourself a little bit of boxing, huh?
Yeah. I do happen to love the fighting sports. I love them, actually. Yeah, because what I love about fighting as a sport is that there's a very clear winner. If they're on the mat, you won, you know, and it's not like you play football. It's like really against two great teams. Really, on a Wednesday, one team is going to win. On a Thursday, the other team. But when you are a better fighter, that person's on the mat, and that's what I love about that sport.
So Floyd Mayweather last competed professionally in 2017, right? He is now 48 years old. So by the time, and he'll be 49 when this fight happens. So this will be a 59-year-old versus a 49-year-old fighting. And you talk about like nostalgia bait, man. That's what you got here. Look, people are going to watch it because of the names, but it's also one of those things where you hope somebody doesn't have a heart attack or a stroke.
Bingo.
What's happening? Right?
What I would love to personally see is you get like all the official boxing records, you feed that into AI, and then I'd love to see these fighters in their prime fighting each other, and watching that would be amazing. That would be a really fun thing to watch.
That you want to do the Rocky Balboa thing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Nice. I think that'll happen sooner than later with AI. I'm positive that'll definitely happen. So, all right, man. Let's keep going on. We have some more support I want to get to first. Joey says, "Here's to Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter is a great game, but I prefer Mortal Kombat. Even though it has disappointed fans in recent years, I hope they learn their lesson and do better." Thank you, Joey. 5 for MK right there. Blaz, why don't you get these real quick while I get the next story queued up?
Yep. All right. Professor Plaguebat for 10. What a great name. Says, can confirm Ghost has Primal Rage 2. Went there for New Year's. My money on Street Fighter. That Daigo Pari is unmatched. Or Parry, I should say, not Pari. Parlay.
Good old Daigo, yep.
Jordan has $40 million invested in Denny Hamlin's race team as co-owner, so he might know the kid, his family, and is trying to help. So Jordan is closer to NASCAR than most people realize. The more you know.
Yep.
All right, thank you for that. Wrestling is predetermined. It doesn't mean if it's not real. If Roddy Piper was still alive, he would have hated hearing that. My money's on Gina. That's what we should do. When it gets closer to the event, we should do a showdown of Ronda and Gina.
Sounds
see
good.
What the chat says. Bentley Guy for 20 says, hey, side scrollers, we all know that Katsumi Ninja on the Atari is the best fighting game, as Phoenix's ex-girlfriend played a Scottish man that farted fire. In all honesty, Bloody Roar is underrated. Hashtag Montez. Thank you very much. The Diddly Doodler for 5 says, I don't want to bet on the winner of Tyson versus Mayweather. I will bet on the prop bet of if we see Mike's ass on Netflix again. Thank you. We're currently caught up.
Nice. Thank you very much. All right. I did want to let everybody know that today's episode is sponsored, and it's one of our great sponsors. If you guys are watching over on Rumble, you definitely know that we talk about Rumble Wallet a lot, and that is our sponsor of today's episode. I want to make sure you guys are aware of it. I have it on my phone, and hopefully you guys do too. Look, we talk about financial freedom all the time. The idea of not being tied down by your banks, being able to go in and pretty much own your money. And as crazy as that sounds, guess what? You don't own your money. These banks, they can take it away. We've seen it in the past where they will freeze you out of your accounts. Rumble Wallet removes that. Makes it very easy for you to access your account. You go and buy Bitcoin, you buy the digital currency, buy Tether, and you can actually go in and support other creators with it. We've seen a lot of support through people just like you, normal men, supporting with Rumble Wallet. The idea here is to be an alternative. We talk about that all the time. Provide an alternative. This is an alternative to many payment processors, and it's all done through digital currency, which is great. I encourage you guys to check out Rumble Wallet. If you're watching over on Rumble or anywhere that's not YouTube, you can click the QR code on your screen to check it out. There's no permission, no middleman, no cancel button. It's your money, yours to protect your future, yours to protect your family. I encourage you guys to check it out. It's all about ownership, protecting what is yours. True protection, true financial freedom. Definitely check it out for yourself. It's Rumble Wallet. And thank you guys who support us with Rumble Wallet. I encourage you to just check it out. It's free to download, and you can learn more about it. Thanks so much to Rumble Wallet for sponsoring this part of the episode. Thanks, guys. All right, let's get back to it. Doggone it over here. Wow, look at this. Crispy Chicken with the $50 super chat. It's good to see you, Crispy Chicken. So shout out to Mortal Kombat. Arcade taking my $5 in quarters in a matter of 3 minutes when I was in 5th grade. So devastating. I don't play it much better today. Let's go. There's 50 for Mortal Kombat right there. Crispy Chicken. Great to see you again, my friend. Always a pleasure. That's 50 for Mortal Kombat. Phoenix, where are we with our showdown?
Here we go. That helped out a little bit. We've got $214 for the Street Fighter franchise versus $130.99 for the Mortal Kombat franchise.
All right. Somebody comes in and drops a bomb, then hey, this could even up very quickly or take.
Yeah, we've seen it happen a lot.
Crispy Chicken, thank you very much. Appreciate that wonderful support. All right, I'm going to get you on the wall here in just a second after this story. And this one, this is the big news right now in the world. And we're all just so tired of this nonsense. I think we can all speak to what happened in Rhode Island yesterday. We've all seen the video of the weirdo dad going in and at the hockey arena. There's no reason for us to play it. Everyone here seen the video, yes?
Actually, I didn't see the actual video, but I've read about it.
Okay. Well, what you need to know, and we could pull it up, but just know that this guy was a Looney Tune, right? And how this was initially reported is exactly how you'd expect it to be. A man says the suspect who was a father who may have been dressed in women's clothing. They will do anything to not say the truth when it comes to this right here. And it turns out, guess what? This guy was, in fact, a Looney Tune right here. This looks like a totally stable person here, doesn't it? Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. He was tackled by somebody. So he walks in and he turned a gun on his wife and child. His other child, who was on the ice at the time, playing in the hockey game, escaped. So goes in, and this was somebody there. Transgender came in, killed his ex and his wife, then blew his own head off with a second gun when tackled. The kids live. This is all here. It's just a gross, disgusting situation. And this is what was described by his own daughter here. I don't know if you guys saw the video of his daughter leaving the courthouse.
dead now.
She described that shooting suspect as her father. She came out of the police department behind me here in tears after presumably being interviewed by police.
My father was a shooter.
What happened?
Shot my family. And he's dead now.
What was the reasoning? Was there a family argument?
He has mental health issues.
So yes, she goes on to describe those mental health issues a little bit more. She says that he had been struggling with mental health for quite some time. She said, quote, he was very sick.
You think? Guys, I'm over it. I'm over it. This has been a trend over the last, we've seen this over and over again, where these mentally unwell people, often dudes, think they're women, going in and taking out all their frustrations on them not being women on everybody else. This is not the first time we've seen it. And unfortunately, this is not the last time we're going to see this. This has been a trend that we've seen over the last few years. Just please, if somebody would, the one thing I don't understand about all this is I don't know how you can look at this person here and be like, hey, that person's sane, right? You can see over here, this is just literally the day before in response to Kevin Sorbo. Says, keep bashing us, but do not wonder why we go berserk. Well, guess what? Homeboy went berserk over here. This was the guy did it. Straub, I would love to hear what you think about this. Obviously, it's a tragic situation. Do you think that there's any solution that could quell this a little bit or stop this?
I mean, this is just, it's very morbid and sad, and just the fact that anybody could do this to anyone, let alone your own children. And I believe it was an ex-wife now. I believe I read that she had said in the initial divorce papers, I think she filed, and it was because of the gender identity, all that type of stuff, and just like a difference in all of these things. I feel like the normalizing of everything has made it worse, and everyone having to just kind of go along with things, even whenever people are uncomfortable, because, you're going to get canceled if you don't. Clearly, we have a mental health issue, like really, really bad. I think the internet has made everything a million times worse. Radicalizes people in various ways, and it's just really, really sad. And I don't know, it's very, very sad.
You're muted.
You're muted.
We have this strong woman here, literally the epitome of the South Park meme of strong woman. He was apparently believed he was entitled to use women's spaces, i.e. bathrooms, after getting surgery here. By the way, this guy apparently, talk about messed up. He's got the Grazie tattoos on his shoulder, on his arm over here. And apparently this guy's political leanings were fairly far right.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And I think that's the thing that people don't understand about this is I don't think anybody looking at this can be like, yeah, this protect our own. Are you kidding me? This guy's clearly messed up in that. No, not well at all. I want to take a step back here and talk about something that is as a dad. I want to talk about the kid who lived for a second. This is a kid who's on a hockey rink doing something that he loves. And all of a sudden, he hears what he probably thinks is fireworks going off or something like that. And until they realize in the middle of this game that they're playing, they're competing in, that something bad is going down. And you can see them scrambling on the ice. They're trying to figure out where to go, what to do, all leaving the ice as fast as they possibly can. And then this poor kid is going to learn that it was his psycho dad who felt the need to dress as a woman and think he was a woman, came in and ended up killing his ex-wife and his sibling.
Can I add to how horrible that is too? Is that I imagine he's always gonna think to himself, "What if I stepped into, I wish I could have helped," but then also realize if I did help, he would also have killed me. Like that is a double whammy of horribleness. You want to protect your family, and then to also realize he would have killed me as well is double betrayal. I mean, like everything about it is horrible.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just never. I was talking to Rev about this actually, like this morning, but I'll never understand if you're someone who, like, because it looks like he did take his life, like afterwards. Yes, if you're going to do that to yourself, not that I would advocate for anyone to do that to themselves, but if you are going to do that to yourself, why kill other people too? Why take other innocent people with you? I just will never understand that.
Yeah. I don't understand it either. It's disgusting. Now, apparently, he was tackled by somebody who was at the hockey game, and there is footage of it, and I don't want to show it because, look, there's enough crap in the world. We're here talking about it. You don't necessarily see anything bad or anybody actually get shot. But let me actually pull up the footage here for you, because this is you have not seen the footage of the actual hockey game.
I haven't seen any footage of anything.
So this is, you're just going to hear some shots, but just watch the sheer panic here and realize that this guy's kid is playing in this game here. So you obviously feel the panic that was happening there, and as mentioned, the last shot was to himself, right? If only the first shot would have saved everybody a lot of heartache here. I go back to the son who lived, right? That's a kid who it goes without saying he'll never be the same, right? He's gonna have survivor's guilt, as Phoenix mentioned. He's never gonna want to see some ice again. He's never gonna want to play hockey, because the only time he plays hockey, he's gonna think about the time that his mother and his brother were shot by his crazy loony dad, right? This guy, not only did he scar the son who lived, obviously he's affected hundreds, thousands of people's lives from his action in a totally selfish act. Which I go back to this every single time. These people are egomaniacs. They are selfish, and it's all about them. It goes back to the pronoun thing. It's all about me. It goes back to affirm me. It's all about me. And I'm tired of it. So what is going to happen? How can you ensure this doesn't happen again? Whether it's talking to your officials, whether it's having a cold, hard look at society, whether it's reopening mental asylums, because this dude did not belong walking the street. But he had been affirmed and told how great he is for his big, brave change in his life. I don't care about his politics. I don't care how he thinks. I care that he's a mentally unhinged weirdo that's allowed to think that it's okay to scar people walking around looking like that with his big old fake boobies and his tucked in Johnson and stuff at the gym, thinking he's a woman. It's just embarrassing. It's embarrassment from a human race perspective. It's an embarrassment as an American. As a society perspective. The fact that this happens at all is disgusting, and I'm tired of it.
We just have to keep talking about it and being really honest about the fact that, like, clearly there are, like, serious mental health issues, and we shouldn't be acting like it's fine or that they're not mentally ill when it clearly is. And it's not something that you say in like a joking way or like, haha, I hope you kill yourself. Like, it's like, no, it's genuine. Like you have something that's wrong and like it needs to be addressed because this is serious and it will hurt you and not only you, but clearly other people too.
The thing is, I don't say this stuff, and people are going to take that, they'll clip it, and they'll put it out there. I don't say this stuff with hate in my heart. I want these people to get help, right? I feel sorry for these people that they've been put under this spell thinking that it's okay for this to happen. Like, there needs to be a larger conversation about this in a major way, because this is a trend. You can see over here, over and over again. This happened last week.
Yeah.
Tumbler Ridge shooter, trans. We have this in Minnesota, trans. Nashville Christian shooter, trans. Go down the line. This is not a one-off. This is a trend. This is a reoccurring thing that's happened over and over and over again. And I heard somebody talking about this. Put yourself in their shoes. They're told constantly they are victimized. They're constantly told that there's a genocide happening. The only genocide that I see is of these freaks taking it out on everybody else. That's the only genocide that I'm seeing. I don't know the last, maybe it's totally out of my news cycle. I don't know. I don't know the last time somebody who was this mentally unwell was hunted down and killed for being this way. Maybe I need to do a little research on it. Maybe that's the case. But this is out in the open for everybody to see. And I don't understand it. Phoenix, your thoughts?
Well, no, obviously this is all horrible. I would say as far as the remedy is concerned, I think it's in two places. One, I think any doctor, the whole idea behind being a doctor is that you're not supposed to alter or harm your patient, right? So if you're giving them different hormones treatment, that goes against what you were supposed to do. And certainly giving them surgical augmentation goes against what you were supposed to do. So step one, that has to end immediately. And anyone who does it, I think, should be in jail because you're going against your oath as a doctor. That's just my opinion. Two, as far as the mental health thing is concerned, it needs to be treated as a mental illness because I don't care what you are, if you go out of your way and you dislike yourself so much or feel so uncomfortable with yourself that you need to be something else, insert whatever X is for you, anything else, that's saying that you're running and hiding from something about yourself. That needs to be addressed and actually given actual proper therapy and et cetera. So what we're doing is we're pumping them with hormones that as a sex they're not used to, right? So as a woman, you're getting testosterone and you've never had testosterone. Okay, so that's not good. Then you're giving them SSRIs, right? You're pumping them with that, and you're getting rewarded on social media and in social culture to keep going with your delusion. I would say, in my opinion, your delusion. And so what you have there is a perfect bomb to go off. There's no way around it. If someone is mentally ill and you're encouraging that and giving them the drugs to do it and the hormones to do it, well, I don't think anyone's surprised by the results.
No.
Blabs, what are your thoughts on all this when you see this? Obviously, it's sad. We all understand this, but like, I don't know. You're of a different generation than me. Right. And I know that you have an old soul and all that. I get it. Right. But
I'm 84 inside.
Right. But what when you see this stuff, what are your thoughts on it?
It's honestly tragic, but I don't think we've also talked about how all the other innocent people who were there are also now completely affected by it too, and how they're scarred and traumatized for life, and they didn't even know what was happening, right? Like just randomly some people just died in front of them and they're like, holy shit, like we have to think about that side effect too. Like It's very sad. It's very, very sad. That's really all you can say about it. It's just, I feel like this could have been prevented, and it wasn't, and now innocent people are dead, and others have their lives ruined. So,
I'm curious. As Phoenix, you were talking, I was curious. This whole idea of like a trans genocide here. How many trans people do you think died of acts of violence in 2025?
So inflicted on the trans person.
Yes.
The hate towards them.
Well,
in 2025, you said.
To be clear.
Okay.
This doesn't necessarily have to do with hate. This is just this is like if a white guy happened to die. They're just saying this person was trans and they died from violence. It doesn't necessarily mean that it was because they were trans.
But just in total.
Yes.
So it means they could get into a car accident, they're dead, and they happen to be trans. That could be a factor.
Died by violence. We're going strictly from violence here. Yes, by violence.
Not many. All of the year, 50. And I'm going to put most of those as unrelated to what was going on with them.
Straub, Blabs, any guesses?
I'm going to say, I don't know, 10 or less.
Yeah. Blabs?
I don't know.
Maybe 10 or less.
27. Okay. 27 died from quote unquote violence, right? That is, and once again, that does not have anything to do with it. Nothing in there says anything about it being because they were trans or a hate crime, right? It's just they died from violence. By the way, breaking that down, percentage of victims who were black or persons of color, 88%. 88% of that 27 right there. And percentage of victims who were sex workers, 34%. So, break it down over here.
Not good. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. So, you notice these trends over here when it comes to this stuff. So this affirmation has to stop. It has to. I'm sorry. At no point in the history of ever has this been a thing. I don't care that in Rome they did, and no. It's this did not happen before I would say 2020. 2020 is when all this stuff really kind of started to break, and you saw the direct statistics around it. One of the things that I saw. Trump mentioned reopening mental institutions, right? And I don't think this needs to be like, Arkham Asylum or anything where you're put in a dark corner and there's lightning going off and it's, there are ways to help with this. And this is not like, I'm not saying put in the argument against this would be something like, so you just want to change who they are. It's like, no, you want to help them realize what they're not. I think that's the idea behind it. But I'm tired of seeing this. This is becoming a pattern. And it's just, honestly, it's disgusting. And I'm waiting for someone to do something about it. And I just don't believe anything's going to happen. I really don't. I think this will only continue as you have a subsection of politics and society that wants to protect trans children, and it's become a part of their ideology. And the people who have pushed their kids down this path, they can't backtrack. They can't. I go back to like David Jaffe again. The guy, he's put himself in a corner. Like they did this to themselves, so they have to affirm their affirmation now for the rest of their life. While in the back of their mind, they know that they've messed up, and that's you can't fight humans, human nature. All right, I'm so tired of talking about this stuff. It's sad, it's upsetting, and it's discouraging to say the least. So. Obviously, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Let us know down in the comments about this. It's obviously a horrible situation.
I'd say real fast, as far as like what we can do in the immediate, I would say if you're a parent, consider really with a kid that's under the age of being an adult, is really monitor or not. I would strongly suggest not allowing them to be on social media because there's a little viral contagion out there, and for a developing mind with social pressures of social media, they're more inclined to potentially get on board to a path that they're not going to be able to come back from. So I'd say that as a parent, you have control over that, and that can help a little bit.
I always go back to when it comes to girls in this situation, or primarily girls to start, but we're talking about a guy here, right? There's one underlying theme. I think a lot of these people are just depressed. They're sad, they're upset. And then when they have some sort of affirmation and you're being told, you're being love bombed. We talked about this before, this idea of like, oh, you're so great, you're so brave. All of a sudden you're like, well, yeah, I am great. I am brave. I feel good about being told how great I am, you know? Naturally, that's going to lead to you doubling and tripling and quadrupling down to where, well, these people say I'm great. You don't believe in me. These people believe in me, and they say I'm beautiful, right? So that ultimately leads to what we're seeing here, which is heartbreak, disaster. And you're right, Phoenix. It starts on social media. It starts on Reddit. It starts on
and
Instagram.
it's all the medications, like you were saying. I mean, they're giving them all these medicines. It's a problem. Like, clearly it is a problem. It's just like what Phoenix was saying. You can't give a woman testosterone and expect them to be able to handle that correctly. You can't give a man estrogen and expect them to be able to handle that correctly. It affects your mood. It affects your temperament. It affects your body. It affects all these things. And then you mix that with the social contagion of the internet, because, like, that is what this is. It's a social contagion. We can see that. We're not blind to it. People will try and say it's not, because they'll say, oh, well, it's just more acceptable now, so you're able to be yourself. No, we just know that's not true. There's just no way that's true, at least for the majority of cases. But it's just causing issues.
I think you're right. There are people who legitimately have some sort of disease, right? And they legitimately feel this way. And
they need help.
Right. But the vast majority of people, this guy lived, you don't have two kids get married and then all of a sudden wake up and say, oh, well, I guess I'm a girl now. That just doesn't happen.
And he got the full surgeries, from what I'm pretty sure. He got bottom surgery, top, he got everything.
Well, he certainly didn't get the biceps surgery, because the guy looked like he was a professional wrestler,
Yeah.
I don't. What a mess.
If someone says I'm Batman and that I'm a crime fighter, they're clearly crazy. You don't get them a Batmobile, right? Like, you go, no, I think it's okay, Mr. Wayne. I think it's time we're going to go to this little facility that we're going to help get you the help that you need. You don't keep encouraging it, because now if you encourage this Batman fella and you give him a Batmobile, well, now he's fighting crime on his own and tearing people apart on the streets. That's what happens when you send crazy people out and encourage them. It's not a good result. You need to help them.
Yeah. It's delusion. I mean, I've seen even like in schools, I don't think this is necessarily common. I would hope not, but I had seen in the past, there was at least like one high school or something, and I'm sure possibly, unfortunately, more, where there were like students identifying as like cats and like different animals and stuff, and the teachers like have to refer to them by whatever pronouns they want to go by. And I want to say one school had like litter boxes available in the bathrooms. Like, I mean, this is what happens whenever it's a slippery slope. We have to, accept everyone. We have to affirm everyone. We can't, like, you're affirming delusion.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. And did you see? Go ahead, Phoenix.
I was going to say real quick, like back in the day before this insanity, listen, you had a lot of very depressed people. I knew them in places. I was one of those guys too, where you're in high school, maybe you don't look that great, or let's say you're overweight or whatever, you're getting bullied, things like that. And so you're really depressed. You're not getting women. You're not getting anything like that. But back in the day, what would happen is 9 times out of 10, that person, let's say they were the heavy kid, they'd go, you know what? I'm tired of this. And so they'd start working out, and they'd find gym buddies, and they'd start getting really positive encouragement, getting healthier, getting more fit. Hey, and now you're more attracted to the opposite sex, or whatever it is. Like, there was positivity in making changes for yourself for the good, instead of what you see now is you get the heavy kid who is the outsider, and then you get this social contagion saying, well, have you considered, maybe it's because you're not a boy. Have you considered that you'd be a prettier girl? They put some makeup on, and now they're getting affirmed for that. Oh, what a pretty girl. You look so great, this and this. And so now you're further down that delusional rabbit hole. You haven't fixed the depression because you didn't do anything to fix it. You didn't do anything to fix yourself. You just put on a mask, which is never good for depression. Putting on a mask never helps depression. It's about accepting yourself and overcoming that in a positive way. That's how you get out of depression. So everything about this is bad. Everything about this.
Brianna Wu is not somebody that I thought I'd bring up here, and I don't remember people like, well, don't use Brianna Wu's real name. I don't, or her fake name, or his fake name. I don't know. But Brianna Wu, we all have, we all know the history of Brianna Wu with Gamergate and all that fun stuff. And it's a, guy who thinks, whatever, trans person, right? Brianna Wu chimed in on this, says, unpopular opinion time. The Pawtucket shooter claiming to be trans was also far-right MAGA. Conservative, married, had children, had guns, sexually attracted to women. This is fairly textbook demographic of a fetishist cross-dresser. I would bet my house that they were a type 3 transvestite that at some point believed transitioning would help them and shifted to a type 4 transsexual. I don't know this person's history, but from a physiognomy perspective, it seems unlikely that they were one of the effeminate boys that grew up wanting to be a girl. I posted literally this morning about the need for clinicians to sort out transvestite and transsexuals because it does not serve fetishistic cross-dressers to get our health care. Yeah, dude, this the fact that somebody gave this guy the child here to hold is pretty messed up. But yeah, and that's the reality of this. Clearly, this guy was a fetish. This is a fetish. Clearly for here, and it's, well, I want to dress. I want to dress as a woman. I want to dress as a baby and have, tired of it. And so is Toastmaster 420 says, if they're taking mental pills, the common side effect of those pills are unaliving yourself. Some choose to take others with them. Mortal Kombat for the gore. Cheers. There's 50 for MK right there. Let's get a little frolicking helps right there. That's nice.
A little happy.
A little happiness. Well, I'll get some more happiness here in just a second. Blaz, why don't you read a few of these supers while I get crispy chicken and Toastmaster on the wall, please?
All right. C. Thomas for 10 says, the incessant obsession with affirmation has gone far to convince people that a rolling back is necessary. Let me make sure I get everybody. Okay, Master P28 for 19.99 says 10 for Mortal Kombat for me because we need to sneak into my friend's house and play MK before his parents go home. Straub, this is what I look like. Happy birthday, Phoenix. Craig will fart if Blabs messes gaming history. Why is it only 10?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Give him the 19.99.
Okay, and thank you, by the way. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's incredibly nice. Thank you very much.
Dreg for 20 says, just how much hate do you have to do this to your own children? Yeah, that's insane to me.
Yeah.
Magnum for 10 says, we need to bring back mental asylums and put this towards Mortal Kombat. I remember playing the arcade version with my sister back when arcades was a thing. Mercenaries for 10. I had to censor this because YouTube hates the word shooting. These shootings of these trans people are by design. This isn't a mistake. It's the end goal. This is part of MK Ultra. So that's 10 for MK.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah. Keep up, Phoenix. It's all right. Hex for 10 says, this shit pisses me off. You don't tell someone with schizophrenia that the random shit they are seeing is real. I don't see why this is any different.
MK Ultra, though, is not Mortal Kombat, though.
No, I think they were actually talking about MK Ultra.
Yeah, that's
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Just give it to them. Who's ever losing, just give the 10. That way Mercenary's happy. Mac for 5 says, when Chris Benoit got rid of his family, there was a question about his steroid use beforehand as an influence. Now imagine cross-sex.
Yeah. Let me say this real quick. I want to go back to something C. Thomas Peasant said. It says, the incessant obsession with affirmation has gone too far to convince people that rolling back is unnecessary. There's that viral campaign going on over in the UK right now of the guy who launched the new political party over there. And in that video, I don't know if you guys have seen that, but he's like, look, change is needed. And it's going to be painful to some people, but it has to happen for us to get back to where we were. That's the cold, hard truth of this whole situation here with this affirmation and all this. It's going to be painful for people. That's what we're seeing with everything happening in society, with ICE and the idea of deportation. You have to clean up a giant mess. And sometimes cleaning up a giant mess is hard. And it's painful. And it sucks. But it has to happen. And this is a giant mess. It's going to hurt. Sorry. It's going to be painful. Sorry. It's for the greater good of society. All right, let's go and move on to something here. Let's get a quick update though first before we do in our showdown.
We got to fight. Here we go.
We have ourselves a fight. What do we have?
We got to fight. $219 for Street Fighter and $215.97 for Mortal Kombat.
Wow.
This is a franchise fight. Franchise fight.
Wow.
This is definitely a close one today. All right, let's see how this plays out. Street Fighter with a less than a $4, $3.03 lead. Is that right? My goodness, if I can do my quick math on that. That's great to see. Thank you, Phoenix, for that. Awesome. All right, we'll see how this goes as we have just a little bit of the show to go today. All right, Mercenary says, no, did not give that 10 to any game. That makes me sad. Take 10 away from each. Oh, okay. Take 10 away from each there. Sorry about that. Thank you, Mercenary. Ranting and Roland says, as far as Gina versus Ronda, my money's on Gina. Ronda hasn't been herself since she got ragdolled by Holly Holm like a Roddy with a new toy. Thank you, Ranting and Roland. And Young Stove says, this tragedy happened about 15 miles from me. It's weird. We have insane pew-pew laws here. This kind of stuff doesn't happen here. I've had enough. Sorry,
Where was
man.
this again?
It's in Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Sorry
even
about
if they have like insane laws, like if it's hard to get a hold of things, like you have to understand, like people who want guns are going to get guns, like at the end of the day. And that's like one of the whole things I feel like people talk about when they talk about, the Second Amendment and all those things. But it's like, if someone wants a gun, they're going to get their hands on a gun.
Yep.
So.
Listen, I said this to my daughter the other day. Hurt people, right? And people who want to do bad things are going to do bad things. Yeah. They're going to find a way, right? You can go out of your way to ban all the knives, ban all the guns, ban all the whatever. Guess what? There will be another knife, another gun, another weapon that they will find to do those things.
Yep.
That's the reality of it. On the Director Nation side, Pete came in with a 10 with a quote from Michael Knowles. Says, for the good of society and especially for the good of poor people who have fallen prey to this confusion, transgenderism must be eradicated from public life entirely. Thank you, Pete. 10 says 5 for MK. Love seeing everyone beating Homelander. Once again, hi, Craig. Happy birthday, Phoenix. Blabs, Rev. Oh, he's not here. Only Straub. Straub, whoever she is. Thank you, Tinley. Appreciate that. Dan Habiki says, oh, my home state of Rhode Island is in the news. Looks inside. Oh boy, it's they, them again. Reopen the asylums. Also, if it's not obvious, I vote for Street Fighter. There's 10 for Street Fighter. Thank you, Dan. And Peace with War says, going with Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat has fallen from grace with too much wokeness. Thank you, Peace with War. There's 10 for Street Fighter. All right. Phoenix, are you caught up there?
I'm all caught up.
All right. This is a super viral video, which if you watch throughout this next few minutes, you will slowly see Phoenix's soul leave his body. As this is a viral video from the last day or so, 15 million views. We made a $200 million AI movie in just one day. Yes, this is 100% real. Phoenix, you've seen this.
Yep.
We're going to watch this. I don't want to hear your thoughts on it yet.
Yeah, no.
Straub, have you seen this?
No, I haven't seen this.
Okay. This is one day of work using AI.
I'm really busy. Can you get Sophia today?
What? No, I have a meeting. I can't.
Oh, shit. Fine.
Reporting what is being called a geomagnetic storm. This is a phenomenon caused by a massive
information as it comes available. Stay tuned to this channel for continuous coverage.
I will stop there for right now. And we'll continue here in just a second.
Can I
Labs?
just say that this? So I saw this already.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll wait till the very end to say my thoughts then.
Well, no, go ahead and say what you're going to say now.
Because it shows what happens next, so I don't want to spoil it for Straub.
Okay.
Straub, this is the first time you've seen this.
Yeah, first time. I will say, well, I have a few thoughts. But
Fire away.
I don't think it looks obviously as good as it could look. However, I mean, it's solid enough for like AI for a day, I guess. But I'm gonna be honest, I love end of the world like disaster movies. Like I really enjoy that genre. Like,
well, you must have loved the late '90s. That's
yeah,
all we had.
I love those. Like I could just like watch those on repeat all day long. I'm not even gonna lie. So like honestly, I would love to see this like as a real movie. Like I'd be down to watch it. But you know, some of the scenes are a little like I feel like they look a little weird. Like the I don't like how it was shot necessarily. Well, it wasn't shot, but you know.
Has that AI jank to it? There's still a little bit AI jank to it, right?
Do you remember the 2012 Avengers where like in New York City all the buildings are falling down? I was getting like severe Timu Avengers 2012 vibes from that.
Sure. Let's go continue here. Before Phoenix, I'm going to give you the floor here in just a minute because I know you have a lot to say here.
Sophia! Mom! I love you.
By the way, a lot of people pointed out that Cybertrucks do not have an engine, so that's one important thing. There's no when it comes to it. It just sounds like nothing going by. Here we go.
I'm on my way. I need you to hide. Get underground.
I like how her hair moves inside a car. Did anyone else notice that? The wind in her hair, but like she's just driving, dude.
I need you to hide. Get just underground.
There.
Yep, there's certainly some of that. It even has the action slow-mo scene.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So chat says plain talk.
Yeah, plain talk. Ooh, the classic zoom in on the eyeball. Nice. No. I don't know what that meant, but all right, I guess she's going to save her child. Very fortunate, by the way, to have that Cybertruck just sitting there. Otherwise, she would have been toast.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I feel like this is an ad for Tesla.
Yeah, it's a great ad for Tesla.
But like, again, there's no engine, so it's a shitty, great ad.
Right. Whee! Got out of town real quick. Wow.
Very quick.
And then a blimp.
No, I've not seen this far in this. I'm excited. Oh, look at all those very nondescript cars. By the way, she definitely dead. I'm just saying, like,
there's no way.
Your body that way. I'm just saying, your body twisted.
Yeah, no.
You have you have ripped your torso in half. Your spine is no longer connected, and you are looking up at heaven.
Good morning, Sleeping Beauty.
Whoa! Hey,
Wait
Cash.
Why don't you get the president on the phone?
We have her.
I'll be right there.
What?
Tic Tacs.
Good old Cash. We got a little Donald Trump there. That's good. All right, so that is all apparently AI done apparently in one day. Now we don't know how much money was spent on this. How many credits?
Right.
Didn't they say $39 worth of credits? Because that doesn't seem right, but I could have sworn I read that.
I think I read that as well, but I'll tell you, if you're going to get $39 worth of credits and you're going to be able to deliver that, you got to really have a good idea of what you're doing with AI.
Yeah.
Because that is next level. They have posted another one, by the way, which we can maybe look at that They just posted one about 36 minutes ago.
Wow.
But Phoenix, I think your post over on X says a lot, but I'll let you kind of take it from here because you are not a fan of AI. As a matter of fact, you're very much against AI from an artistic perspective.
Yeah, this is such a big conversation. I think we can I want to die, period. That's like my response to all this. Pretty much it.
Fair.
Yeah, look, it's I don't even know where to begin because there's so much I would need to talk about as to why I feel this is a great harm. Here's what I'll say.
We are on a podcast, Phoenix, so you have the open floor to say anything you want.
No one wants to hear the art guy talk about art.
No, we do. We do. I want to hear you talk about this, Phoenix.
Yeah.
What I will say is this. Look, it's obviously an incredible tool. It's here. It's not going anywhere now, right, at all. So actually, let me take this from a very different perspective and say what I'd like to see from AI since it is here, okay? I think that's a different perspective than most. So one thing that a lot of people, as viewers, that you may not be aware of that goes into any kind of artwork, and I'll even say that Michael Bay stuff is artwork in a sense, okay, is that the collaboration that goes between things, so you're talking to the actors, and then the actor on the set has a different perception of what that character could be, and the cinematographer has a different perception of what that could be. And the great thing about finding great talented artists and getting them as a team, just like you would have a great sports team, is that together you make something that originally may not have been on that page. So your original vision into something changes because of all the talent surrounding you. It makes you think critically of the decisions that you were going to make, and you're bettering off of each other, and you're making something that much better. And it's those little things that, believe it or not, actually truly do add up artistically to the product that you would enjoy, right? So I would like to see in AI some way of you being able to, I guess, have the AI learn what cinematographer you would want, what actors, you can train it to be able to come up with decisions. That way you could have some kind of collaborations with the machine to have something that feels more unique to you, right? So if you're the director of this thing, you're the prompter, that you would have a way of almost having a conversation amongst them. That way that your end result feels more unified as opposed to more random, right? That is what I would like to personally see in these things. And I think then you have a better shot at having these things feel a little bit more soulful. Right now, it's just a lot of action sequences put together, and they're very impressive. I can't look at that and lie and not say that. That is absolutely mind-blowing. Great job to the machine primarily, and those that kind of helped make the machine make its magic there. The only thing I would say as that I think that the audience can relate to, I'm going to save my artsy fartsy shit for later, or for me. What I will say, and just question the audience, a lot of you guys and gals are fans of Star Wars, the Avengers, things like that, and really think back to those moments where you were sitting in that theater and Captain America says, "Assemble," and people had the goosebumps and the hair stand up on their arms, and that unified experiences of us all going to the movies and waiting for that conclusion and then seeing them defeat Thanos, spoiler alert. That unified experience happens because we have people that make stuff for us, and we go and we enjoy that as a unified experience. It's something to watch together. When every single person has the power to do that, I'm not saying good or bad, I'm just saying question this. If all of us have our own Avengers movie, every single one of us has that movie that we're watching isolated in our room, what happens to culture when there's literally nothing for us all to have a shared experience with? Because that's how culture worked. Back in the day, you had a small town and you had a culture within that town, and that dictated the laws, the fashion, the movement of everything that happened in that town. And when you strip away that no one goes outside, I don't mean that literally, but just no one is going out to have a shared experience, what happens when there's no unification amongst anyone, and the only thing you're left with is the narcissism of your wanting to see your own thing and see yourself in this thing, and it's not shared to anyone? So just think of, what does that mean to not, like, if you're going to have kids, you're not going to have that Star Wars movie anymore to rally behind. You're just watching your own thing. So just consider that as a potential alarm, and maybe you can remedy it. I don't know. I want to die in the process. Bye.
Well, I'll say this. When it comes to, we have a we have a starting point for AI when it comes to animation. And you look at what that was just made right there. And yeah, there's a lot of flash, not a whole lot of substance. There's no story. You know that, hey, something bad happened. It's very, paper thin when it comes to the story. But that's not the idea here. The idea was that you were showing off the impressive buildings being destroyed and the fact that they were able to put together an entire scene like that and the character looks the same the entire time. There's some sort of interaction happening. There's some very high level drama, a little bit of story, right? That was accomplished there. But when you look back at what AI has where it came in, just this is 2023, and comparing this to what you saw, this was the old Will Smith eating spaghetti here, and you look at the progression of this in just a few years. In 3 years from now, by 2030, you're going to see some ridiculous stuff.
And you won't have a prompter either. There'll be no prompter. Because if you think about it, who's the most useless person in this whole area of talent here? It's the machine. It's not you. You get rid of you. Why do we need you for?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. But that's where we're at now, man. And that is the baseline right there. Will Smith, of all things, of all the things that Will Smith has contributed to society, the slap, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
real fast. If I would ask any Star Wars fan out there, what is the most iconic line that Han Solo said? Arguably, it's "I know."
I know.
That was not the script. Mm-hmm. That was not the director. That was Harrison Ford as an actor making that. And I know that seems small, but it's everything, guys. It's everything. And now understand that the cinematographer, the set dressers, the fashion designers, the hair and makeup, all those people had their I know moment. And that's what gave you Empire Strikes Back. It was that. It wasn't typing in a thing and then letting the machine do the imagination for you. Imagination is like going to the gym and working out. It's a muscle, and it's made better when you collaborate with people. I can't tell you how many times I've pitched an idea to this team here, and then they've said, oh, but how about this? You go, oh, shit, that's way better. And so that kind of thing makes the product better. And more importantly, it also makes it more uniquely to you, and it's your output. It has soul to it because it is essentially you, your team, etc. And my fear is what happens when we no longer have that soul in it and it's just essentially driven by the machine. What happens to culture is my big question.
Well, in theory, AI is taking everything that was from culture previously, and it's gathering information to create this new thing, right? So yes, I think you're right from that aspect, and I know is a great example of that. It's excellent. Well, we will. It's funny, behind the scenes, Phoenix and I were talking about this idea of me trying to bring him AI stuff to see his thoughts on it. I think that'd be an interesting show concept.
I want to die is always the answer.
maybe that's the name of the show. I want to die.
Yeah. Yep. Period. Yeah.
All right. Let's get a quick update on. Let's get some of your support, and then we're gonna see where we're at with our Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat side-scroller showdown today. Dr. T is King says, on the Second Amendment front, remember that Shinzo Abe was taken down with a homemade shotgun. Do 666 for Street Fighter and 334 for Mortal Kombat. I don't know if we can start dividing these things up. I'm just saying this right now. I think from here on out, we're not going to do any division on these things. I'm going to call it right now, just for Phoenix's sanity here. But thank you. We'll do that this time, Dr. D is King. You've been grandfathered in. Jidari came in and says 10 for MK. The original song and movie was great. Thank you. Mortal Kombat. Tinley says, speaking of AI films, I highly recommend Mr. Reagan's MAGA Man. Another 5 for MK. Thank you for that, Tinley. Hex says, you say Temu Avengers vibes. I say Final Destruction after like 3.
Destination.
That's what I meant. Reese Kane says, the AI movie. And this is why we're strip mining the entire planet of all of our computer parts. Yeah, I need to get a new PC, and I can't because they made a destruction film in 30 minutes. Sparky Head Redhead Supremacist says, I like AI shitpost, but I'll side with Phoenix in advance. It looks clunky, generic, and say more about the current state of Hollywood if you can achieve it with 1 day worth of AI prompt writing. Thank you, Sparky Redhead Supremacist. But did you guys see the TMNT thing I posted on the
That
internet?
was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Heck says, I don't think Phoenix's argument is bad, but the automatization he is describing goes so much deeper than AI. Granted, AI is not doing much to help that. Thank you very much, Hex. Retromeister for 10 says, Morning Scrollers. Yesterday marks 2 milestones for Disney. The first is to Gravity Falls, which ended their show in a far better way compared to Stranger Things, despite a few last-minute issues. I didn't know that Gravity Falls ended. Thank you for that, Retromeister. And John says, Street Fighter, because Megan Fox is MK1 voice acting was terrible. Oh, yeah, that's hilarious. There's 10 for Street Fighter. All right, Phoenix, let's get an update. Then we're going to go to gaming history, and we're going to wrap.
Ooh. All right.
Okay, what do we got, Phoenix?
Pretty close. We got $250.66 for Street Fighter versus $234.31 for the Mortal Kombat franchise. Pretty close fight. Mortal Kombat came back strong.
Yeah, this is tight right here. We'll see. All right, thank you, Phoenix. We'll see if anybody wants to come in and rep Mortal Kombat at the end. Dr. T.S. King did say, remember how no new media in Star Trek? That is the future repaying stories in the holodeck. When, and I do say when, George releases Winds of Winter or other authors release new work, that is the last grasp of culture. Thank you, Dr. T is King. And Retromeister says, and was the 25th, this is the second thing at Disney, and was the 20th anniversary of Recess, School's Out, which is Disney's most patriotic film ever, and its meta commentary on canceling recess worldwide and weather manipulation became reality years later. Are you familiar with that, Blabs?
Recess? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That movie?
I thought it was a show. So I'm not confused because I remember watching episodes of Recess.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. All right, let's go ahead and move on. I'll tell you, it's a close battle right now, Phoenix, yes?
Very much so.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's go ahead and it's the last dash here. It is time for Today in Gaming History. Blabs, you ready to make everybody feel bad about themselves?
I was born ready.
You sure are.
Today in Gaming History with Flab.
Yeah, do it. Step on me, mommy. That's how I feel when I ate a chocolate frog yesterday. I got all fat. And I was like, oh no.
Well, we got one for the underwear on that one. There it is.
That's right.
I said fat, not fart.
Well, no, you farted in the intro.
You farted in the intro.
Oh, that's right. Anyway, February 17th, everybody, Sega GT was released in Japan in 2000. We have Star Wars. Republic Commando was released in Japan in 2005. And then Halo Wars 2 was released in 2017. Da-da! Mm-hmm. So, how'd I do?
Good job, Blabs.
Thank you.
I, for one, am very proud of you.
There must be a good list, though, right?
Straub, you got to sit this one out, Straub.
No, she doesn't. She's the guest. She can say whatever she likes.
Okay. Some noticeable games that you missed today, Blabs, on February 17th. No, you certainly did. Include Windjammers, 32 years ago in 1994. Oh, and Siphon Filter, 27 years ago in 1999 for the... Don't me, Blabs. Don't you an entire generation.
It's called Anarchy.
You're like that AI video of her driving through. The cars are dropping down, and the buildings are falling. She's driving through, making sure she doesn't get hit while staying on the road. Siphon. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? All right. MX Unleashed, released for the PlayStation 2. And by the way, Straub, I was just kidding about sitting this one out. You can don't. Devil May Cry 3.
That's a big.
Yeah, not quite looking so good here, Phoenix.
Yeah.
Just throwing this out
I think my
there.
list is like superior to everything else. So.
Catherine was released for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 15 years ago. By the way, right now, that is 4 games that are vastly superior than the 3 that you threw down here.
I don't know. I think Chad's going to fight with you for Republic Commando.
Republic Commando is actually kind of like, it's not a hidden gem, but it's a game that didn't get enough love, and it's got a much bigger following now.
And that's where I'm at. That's where we're at.
Just gave up.
Just the sheer power down after that. Yep, there you go. I'm definitely the middle dragon right there, looking at you. I wanted to snap your neck. Just wanted to do. All right, chat. As always, we encourage you to rate Blabs today with Today in Video Game History. All right.
I don't know, man. I think I'm fabulous.
How come everybody? The idea of moving Today in Gaming History was to leave on a high, but I don't know if that's happening.
It absolutely is, for me at least.
Okay. All right. For you, you're the one.
As long as you're happy, Blabs.
Thank you.
It's the most important thing. Positive affirmation all the time for Blabs.
Yeah.
That's right.
Then she ends up shooting somebody at a hockey game. That's great. There you are.
Good Lord.
Took that to the next level there. All right.
Yeah.
Evil Mandrake says MK for the best fighter, Kratos. Oh man, that's deep. That's nice right there. Thank you, but it's 5 for MK. Oh, Ethereal Warrior says Street Fighter because it's Tuesday. Blabs, you get that reference?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Because for me, it's Tuesday.
I learned afterwards. I thought he was just being retarded.
Kalichi for 20 says Mortal Kombat for me. MK tends to have the hotter women, in my opinion. Chun-Li's thighs are close, but I imagine all those things Melina can do with her tongue. Hey, don't make it weird, Kalichi, but thank you very much. That's 20 for Mortal Kombat. And then we have Evan came in and says, I've wondered before, but I have to ask, does Blabs fail at gaming history on purpose?
We'll never know.
I never tell my secrets.
Crispy Chicken says, I'm Liu Kang, descendant of Kung Lao. I challenge you to Mortal Kombat. Do you accept or yield? We're going to fight. Thank you, Crispy Chicken, for 10. That's for Mortal Kombat. And Les Strife says, in case people forgot, Google Street Fighter 2, $10 billion in arcade alone, saved arcades for a decade. That said, Mortal Kombat caused Congress to make fools of themselves. I think that's for Mortal Kombat.
In case people forgot, Google SF2, $10 billion in arcades alone, saved arcades for a decade. Positive. That said, MK caused Congress. I guess that's for Mortal Kombat? Because he's saying that, that all said, this great thing happened, so I guess it's Mortal Kombat. 5
for each. Let's try. Thank you. Hex says.
I thought we weren't splitting them.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. Let us know.
Honest word.
And Hex says she even had Deadly Premonition if she wanted to do a funny, and yet no. Hex, thank you very much. All right. I'll tell you, I'm going to put a timer on this. As soon as we see an update, we're going to have 2 minutes to finish this up. Okay.
I put 5 for 5, by the way. That's what I did.
5 for 5. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Phoenix,
yeah.
This is the final rundown here. We're going to put 2 minutes on the clock. What do we have, Phoenix?
Here we go.
Starting now.
$260.66 for Street Fighter franchise, $274.31 for the Mortal Kombat franchise.
All right, here it is. Retromeister says OG Mortal Kombat kicks ass. Whilst the 11th and reboot sucks, hard to believe that Siphon Filter predicted COVID years later. Let's go 5 for Mortal Kombat there, right there. Lestrife says 5 for each. Okay, that was for 5 for each from Lestrife right there. Thank you very much. That is where we're at right now. We have 90 seconds on the clock. Get your vote in now. Mortal Kombat has a small lead, I believe less than $20 right now. So we will see where this goes here in the next 75 seconds. Straub, you look a little derpy. Your face looked derpy there for a second.
I know, because Rev came in. He's back.
Tell Rev we said hello.
Everyone says hello.
All right. We had this come in from SD0, $5 to Street Fighter HD Remix EX Alpha Plus, the New Beginning Super Ultra Championship Hyper Edition, Giant Attack Online Edition, Third Strike Turbo, the Final Challengers. That's 5 for Street Fighter right there. There we are. Soda says, I can't decide one for both. Well, that's tough. 1 for each right there. We have Street Fighter, Reason Cammy. That's 5 for Street Fighter right there. We have 30 seconds here. 30 seconds to go. And then we're going to get a final tally. Phoenix, let's pull you up and stare at Phoenix's face as we're going to find out the final decision. Let's see where we're at right now.
271.66 for the Street Fighter franchise, 280.31 for the Mortal Kombat franchise. This is close.
This is exactly what you hope for. They're so close. We have 15 seconds left. Oh my gosh. Somebody's going to come in and steal this for Street Fighter right here with a 10. I can feel it. Oh my gosh. Here we go. 3, 2.
I just got one. Amish Top Gun for 5 says Mortal Kombat changed gaming to me.
All right, there's 5 for Mortal Kombat right there. Nice. All right. Oh my gosh! Shrike came in with 20 for Street Fighter. And then another 10 for Street Fighter. Oh, we had to wait for the delay. The delay was there.
Louder for 10 says Mortal Kombat because there are more ways to kill.
All right, here we go. The Hadouken is real. All right, I think that's going to do it.
Bentley says, can you make my earlier 20 for Street Fighter? He did put a super chat in.
All right, there it is. All right, there's the final tally right here. The winner, when you look back in the great pantheon of gaming arguments, Street Fighter, there's 10 more. Oh, it's going to be a blowout now. Here we are. Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. You, gentle normal men, have decided it today that between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter is the greater franchise. Congratulations to Street Fighter. And to give the acceptance speech, we will turn that over to Blabs. Yes, Blabs, please.
I like stuff. Yay, Street Fighter!
Beautifully said. Beautiful.
When I look back on Street Fighter, I think of the times we entered in the arcade and had $5 of quarters or $1 and got 4 quarters, and then you slapped that quarter right on the machine because there was a line out the door, and you knew that in 6 quarters it was your time to take on the next challenger. And every time someone lost 2 out of 3 rounds, you are one step closer to hearing, din, 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 din. Here comes a new challenger flashing on the screen for you to select one of those iconic characters. Street Fighter changed video games. Without Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat would not exist. Mortal Kombat was looked at as a competitor to Street Fighter initially, and not the other way around, which I think is very, very important in the grand landscape of video games. Street Fighter 2 changed video games. Street Fighter 3 perfected fighting games. Street Fighter 4 brought fighting games back. And Street Fighter 6 is Street Fighter 6. Congratulations to Street Fighter for taking home today's side-scroller showdown. Capcom, get your S together. Same thing with you there, NetherRealms. Let's course correct on the next Mortal Kombat here. All right, there we are. I did not rig this. Do not. No, I did not. You have to make sure you give everybody a chance. You guys are on a delay. Everybody, you get the super chats in. There we go. All right. Straub, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on YouTube at Darling Straub. I'm actually about to be live right after this, so I'll see you guys over there. And thank you guys so much for having me today. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Will you go over and give Rev a big old kiss for Phoenix?
Yes.
Thank you.
For
Thank
sure.
you.
Oh, for
Thank you
Phoenix
so much.
specifically. You're welcome. And happy birthday again, Phoenix.
Thank you again. Thank you for being the only one that
birthday
remembered.
kiss.
Welcome. Bye, guys.
All right, time to roll. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time when we are joined by
Mally Mouse and Mama Oko.
Oh, that should be a dynamic duo. Looking forward to that. There goes Straub, and look at Phoenix.
I got autism, Barbie. I got her.
I do have it in the run sheet.
That's fine. I just wanted to show everyone.
We're
That's all
talking about Phoenix's Barbies tomorrow.
All right, we will open talking about Phoenix's Barbie collection, which
we also will be
Spectre saw it.
We also will be having Mally's ET PowerPoint presentation.
Oh man,
We've been wanting to do that for the last month, and so she's on tomorrow. So we have that
so
ready to
tomorrow we're going into the autism deep dive.
Yes, we are.
Perfect.
It's gonna be great. All right, autism for Barbie and autism for what? What's Mally doing again?
ET.
Oh, listen, that is appointment streaming right there. Everybody, make sure you guys are here right at 11 a.m. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. We will see you guys tomorrow. And remember to put on your fart panties. Remember,
weird.
People going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got to go get it. We'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Fatality.
Add one to the list. Oh, there's two to the list.